Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. King again, and it's Wednesday. And we have been talking about a review of area and perimeter. And today we're going to talk about how we would use area in our real lives. How would it apply to daily life? And I've got a couple of examples that we're going to try to solve together to be able to help us understand that. So, this problem is about a girl named Kendra, and it says she has two sections of grass to mow, the backyard and the front yard. She wants to begin with the piece that has the smallest area, but because it will take her the least amount of time. So we need to decide, should she mow the backyard first or the front yard first? Which one's smaller? And these two shapes that you see are already tiled. So we can find the area by either counting the tiles, or I can count the length, and I can count the width, and I can multiply them together. We've been talking about that. Or another strategy might be to count the length. And if I know one row, then I know the second and the third row are the same. So I can just add that number 3 times, which is kind of like multiplying, really, repeated addition. So if I count the length, there's 5, 10. So the length is 10. My width, as you can tell, is 3. So I can that's an easy one to multiply. I'm going to multiply 10 times 3. And I know, because I've been working on my tens, that that's 30. So our area there is going to be 30 square. I'm just going to put units. Okay. Now let's find the area of the front yard. I'm going to do kind of the same strategy. I see the length of one of the rows is 8, and my width is 4. And I'm not really sure what 8 times 4 is yet. So I'm going to use a different strategy. If this is 8, then I know the second row is also 8. Well, I know 8 and 8 is 16. So then I have another 16, so 2 more rows. So 16, and then 16, if you can add that in your head, you should get 32 square units. Oops. Okay, now if we take a look at the front yard and the backyard, which one is smaller? Well, you can obviously tell that the backyard is smaller. Even though it's longer, it doesn't have as much space as the front yard does. So the backyard is smaller, and that's what Kendra wanted to mow first. So down here where it asks which one should she mow first, we're going to type that into a complete sentence. Kendra should mow the backyard first. Okay, and that's how we would solve that problem and use area in a real life example. Okay, good. Now I'm going to come over to my next screen, and here I have another problem. I'm going to kind of show you how I would solve this one, a second example. This is about a girl named India. It says India is remodeling her bathroom. She plans to cover the bathroom floor with tiles that are each 1 square foot. Her bathroom is 5 feet wide and 8 feet long. India needs to stay within a strict budget and must purchase the exact number of tiles needed. How many tiles should India buy? Illustrate your answer on graph paper. So again, to repeat, I know that the length is 8, the width is 5. Okay? Knowing that, now I'm going to come over to my graph paper here, and I'm going to try to draw that out. Okay? So I'm going to set this a little bit so it will stand out to you. I know the length is 8. Okay? So I'm going to do that first. 6, 7, and I believe that is 8, right about there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and the width is 5. So I'm going to go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have the two sides, the length and the width. Now I can fill in the rest of the bathroom according to our problem, and I'm just going to draw in and close off my shape to determine the area. Okay, so there, if I count and just double check, I have a length of 8 tiles and a width of 5 tiles. Okay, so I need to multiply 8 times 5. Some of you are learning your fives. You may be able to figure that out. I can also add 8 plus another 8 plus another 8 plus another 8 plus another 8. That's a little harder. I think the easiest thing to do would be to multiply 8 times 5. So I'm going to count by fives 8 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So our area for this bathroom then would be 40. Oops. See if I can scoot this over so you can see the shape. It'll let me or not. Let's see here. Oops, it went away. We'll just put it in here. Our area would be 40 square feet. Okay, and we use that graph paper or graph screen, I guess, to determine that once we mapped it out and kind of drew a picture to help us. So hopefully that helps you as you are determining and you're thinking about area for real world problems. And you're going to do an IXL for guided practice today. And hopefully you learned something. And don't forget to go back and watch this video again if you need additional help.